Perfect. All right, there we go. Okay. Let me make sure this is working real quick. So I'm very tired right now, but I did want to try this. Okay, perfect. It's working. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in to this. Welcome to the channel. First of all, if you're new here, if you've been here before, appreciate you joining me. I'm gonna try not to bore you guys too much, but if you are listening, watching this, then do stick around. I'm gonna hit a lot of important information. And a lot of very important things that I think you might want to know, whether it's Detroit Pistons related, Detroit Lions related, but mostly today we'll be talking about the NBA and the Detroit Pistons. We'll probably get to the Terrion Arnold stuff first, address that, and then get into some stuff going on. And we'll probably just talk about the NBA in general. And we'll just kind of end it talking about, I don't know, future plans for this channel. I will say this. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you could, please do subscribe. And yeah, that would mean a lot. But let's see. Looks like it's still running good. I would be doing this like in my pole barn. Got like a little nicer setup out there, but the Wi-Fi was very bad, and also it's a little late, so I doubt we'll get anyone in here on the live. But if you are watching this after it's been posted, appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe. Comment anything that you take away from this, like something like maybe it's something that an opinion, whatever. Voice yourself, and outside of that, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start. I'll go through what we're gonna talk about first. So we'll start with the Terry and Arnold stuff. Definitely need to get into that and talk about what's been going on there, because obviously a lot of big news surrounding him. And then we have Isaiah Stewart. We definitely need to talk about that because that was a big trade. And then also I didn't include the other trade that happened today. Um, and then obviously we'll talk about the NBA draft, our two draft picks, and that'll be it. So we will we'll get started here, and we'll talk about Terry and Arnold. Why not? So if you didn't hear, which I'm sure you did, he got arrested for a kidnapping. If you didn't, I don't know if you remember from like a few months ago, back in like February. His Airbnb got robbed, and he ended up trying to get a little bit of revenge, which he got in a little bit of trouble for that. But I remember hearing that it wasn't like anything to be worried about. And then just not last night, but the night before, I was actually out drinking with some of my buddies, and believe it or not, I am 21, by the way. I do not look 21, but I was out drinking with some buddies, and I get back, and I wake up in the morning hungover as shit, and I see Terrion Arnold arrested, and I see Isaiah Stewart got traded for 3 second-round picks. So it was a bit of a rough morning, but man, definitely some interesting stuff. But to be honest, I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, I really do not see Terrion Arnold ever playing for the Detroit Lions again. If he was to come back to the NFL somehow, let's say he like isn't gonna get punished or whatever, I doubt we'll keep him. I'm assuming we'd let him go. And I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Obviously, it sucks. Start by saying this. When we first drafted him, I was not very happy. I really wanted like Quinion Mitchell, who I know wasn't even on the board at the time, but I also really liked Nate Wiggins and um what's his name? Kool-Aid McKinstry. So to be honest with you, I wanted those guys more than I wanted Terrion, but I always rooted for Terrion. I was always a big, supporter and hoping that he would turn into something. So I really wanted to see him succeed. I really did, but he never was able to really catch on. But the bad news for him is he's probably never going to play in the NFL again. He's never going to get that chance. I was actually going to come out with a video pretty soon. I was going to talk a lot about how he needs to improve. Like there's like I was thinking it was going to be like my top 5 players that need to like improve for this season, and Terrion was going to lead that list. So definitely interesting stuff. I doubt we'll ever see him in a Lions uniform again, and sad to say, but hopefully wishing him the best and hoping that he will be able to play for us again someday. But bit of a crazy situation. We'll see what happens. Thank you for whoever joined, by the way. Appreciate it. I keep checking to make sure to see if this is still running smoothly, but we'll go ahead. We'll get into the Isaiah Stewart stuff. a lot to look at here because Isaiah Stewart's been on this team for a while. I think he was like one of the longest tenured Pistons that was on the team. So pretty crazy. And he was one of my favorites. I'm sure he was probably, he was a big fan favorite. It's just crazy, like I don't think anyone really expected him to get traded. Now, hindsight, looking back, not the worst move, I guess. We did trade him for 3 second round picks, which I didn't like. But you also cleared up a huge amount of cap space, which we do need to sign Duran, which I really don't want to pay Duran that much, but we do need to pay him. So we'll see. But it sucked. It sucked having to let him go. But it does mean more time for Paul Reed. B-ball Paul is gonna get some more action. So honestly, it's whatever. I really can't say much. I think that obviously we're gonna miss the guy a ton. He was our enforcer, really the heart and soul of this team. So definitely really bums me out that knowing we'll never get to see him in a Pistons uniform. But I will say that outside of that, I think in terms of contracts, you're gonna save a ton of cap, and he didn't perform super well in the playoffs either. Paul Reed kind of played better than him and Darren. So I don't know. I think let's see. I got a live chat. I think Brad should call the Bengals DJ Turner. That's a very smart idea. 2027 first round pick. Yeah, we can talk about let's talk about that real quick, honestly. Yeah, DJ Turner, he's the corner from Michigan a few years ago. Yeah, that's he's a speedy guy, isn't he? I like that idea. I think in order to replace Terrion, which, he was a starter on this team, right? Like he was a legit starter on this team who, whether you liked him or not, he was a solid player. He did a lot of, like, I think last year at least, his second season, he showed signs of promise, or sorry, he showed a lot of promise. Like I definitely think that he has a lot of potential, but losing a guy like that's kind of a big deal. Our corner room's always shaky with injuries. Um, so DJ Turner, I mean, I forget. I think he's in year three now, Turner, or is he in year two, four? I don't know. I know he's young though, and so you said 2027 first round pick, 2023 round pick, and Abney to the Bengals. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to give up Abney, that's not a terrible idea. I would like to keep Abney just because I think for a guy that's super young, a lot of potential, I'd like to keep him, but I definitely wouldn't mind giving up like a first or maybe I don't know. I don't really know what the trade would look like because I honestly don't really know his stats too well. But yeah, no, I definitely don't disagree with that at all. Like I definitely think that when it comes to um fourth round, yeah, I could see it. I don't know. I don't know if we'll make any move at cornerbacks. I would assume we'd probably just sign some like random free agent, like something, nothing like too crazy. But we'll see. But yeah, thank you for the live chat. We'll get back to the Isaiah Stewart talk. We're kind of finishing up here. Isaiah Joe and Duncan create must respect spacing. Yeah, I was just gonna get into that Isaiah Joe stuff, man. That we'll talk about that actually. Like I'm pretty much done with Isaiah Stewart talk. I mean, obviously we'll miss him, but the other big new Pistons news was outside of the Jalen Duren contract talks, it was Isaiah Joe. I think we got him for 2 second round picks, and every Thunder fan and every like just Thunder fan that I've seen have all been telling me like he like he'll be missed in OKC just because of how good he was. He was a like close to a 43% three shooter, which is pretty ridiculous. Obviously, we all miss Malik Beasley. So I think seeing Isaiah Joe come here, really good three shooter, and honestly a lot better of a defender than what Malik Beasley is. Sorry if you hear that. I think someone's like vacuuming upstairs right now, but yeah, compared to Malik Beasley, definitely a better defender. I mean, still love to get Beasley back, right? Would still love to see him, but I doubt it happens. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that in terms of spacing, in terms of fit, Isaiah Joe is going to fit this team perfectly. Now, I don't know if he'll start. I'm assuming Duncan's going to. I would assume. I think Duncan's a free agent. Uh, don't, or definitely fact check me there. But I would assume we will re-sign him because of I'm sure he wants to stay here. And I also think that he definitely was solid for us this year. So, but him and Isaiah Joe, man, that's going to be a lethal shooting duo. Plus, the new guy we just drafted, and more than likely, we'll talk about trade talks in a sec with Marcus Sasser and Karis LeVert. I think both of those guys are probably gone, but especially after we signed Isaiah Joe. But yeah, I think in terms of that trade, loved it. I thought that was a great trade. Two second round picks. Um, you added an excellent shooter who I think will definitely help space the floor. I mean, our biggest problem last year was shooting. So I think that if you re-sign Duncan and now you have this guy, I really think that's going to be a great idea. 2 more years in Duncan's contract. All right, so he's not a free agent. I think was it Levert? Check if it was Levert. I can also check too. Is it Levert that was on a 1 year deal, or is he also? I think he's still on his contract, isn't he? I think Levert's got like another year or two. Tobias is a free agent. Okay, I think we'll re-sign Tobias. From what I've heard, it sounds like we'll re-sign him. So Duncan's gonna be here another couple of years. I like that. I think him and Isaiah Joe. You're gonna probably you're probably gonna start Duncan, right? And then Isaiah Joe probably coming off the bench. So that alongside of Cade, and then you add in Dennis Jenkins. You add in I think his name's Okori, Okori, the guy we just drafted, Abuka Okori, I think. Um, but yeah, and then Tobias Harris obviously probably got to resign. Now I will say this, for Tobias Harris' sake, if we weren't to resign him, that probably means we're gonna go get somebody pretty big. So we'll see. But I would rather just re-sign Tobias, get him on a cheaper deal because he is a little older, and hopefully keep him. And I mean, ideally, you'd probably want Tobias Harris coming off the bench, but if he starts, it's really no big deal, especially if we have other good shooters and stuff like that. So we'll see though. I think the Pistons roster is looking good. I've been saying this. So moving on from the trade talks, we'll talk about just free agency and like coming up next week. I really think that we need to go out and trade for a another big. I think we just need like one more like serviceable bit, like someone like a Isaiah Stewart level. You know what I mean? Because I know what's his name? Paul Reed. I know Paul Reed is probably going to be taking Isaiah Stewart's spot, and I'm completely fine with that. Paul Reed's proved himself, and every time that he gets the minutes, he steps up. We'll hope he continues to do that. But yeah, I really think we do need like one more big down low, whether he's a starter or whether he's just a bench player. So we'll see there. Corey has potential. He needs time. Yeah, without a doubt. I think when you look at a Corey, I think that the biggest thing that's going to come down for him is development. He is 6'1". He's a little on the smaller side, but honestly, from watching his tape compared to like Marcus Sasser, right? Like I like to compare him to Marcus Sasser. From watching those two guys, I really think Corey's got way more potential, like through the roof. His defense is way better than Sasser. Sasser's not the most athletic guy. He's more just kind of quick. Um, but yeah, if you check, we just drafted a big. Yeah, we did. But the thing is with that is I don't think that guy's gonna get valuable minutes. I don't. He was a late second round pick. I do think we'll probably keep him on the roster, but he's not a guy like when I say like a serviceable big, I'm talking like a guy around Isaiah Stewart's level, right? Not a guy that you have to start, but a guy that can come in and like get you valuable minutes. Because when you look, let's look at the bigs right now, right? You have this new guy we drafted. I think his name's like Onion So or something like that. His last name at least. Then you also have remind me of the G Leaguer's name, but we just signed to a deal. But then your starter, you're gonna have if we re-sign Tobias, you'll have Tobias down low. You'll have Jalen Durham, more than likely. I think we'll re-sign both. I'm assuming, and then plus off the bench you have Paul Reed. So when you look at, I think I might be missing someone too. I definitely am. Isaiah Stewart's gone now. So the guy we drafted, I think, um, I hate this team vision. Yeah, honestly, Buzelis. I think I'm saying his name right. Buzelis. Yeah, I know. He's on the Bulls, right? He was he? No, he wasn't the first pick last year. He would be a really good fit just due to how well he spaces the floor, I think, because he's an elite shooter as well. And a guy who I think is not getting enough minutes on the Bulls as well. Um, Paul Reed, all these bigs under six. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying. Real City. T is it T Real City? all these bigs are like 6'9", 6'8". Like Tobias Harris, 6'8". Like that's why I've always been saying like never been a huge fan of starting Tobias at the four. I really think like if you want someone next to Jalen Duren, you need to go get like a 7 footer. So but yeah, for Brandon Martin, you did say we did draft that guy again. I think that he will develop into something nice, but again, I don't think he'll be a guy that really gets like serviceable minutes this year. So I'm not saying we need to go get some like although I'd love to have like a Laurie Markkinen. Sorry, excuse me one second. I think although I would have liked to have like a Laurie Markkinen, like I doubt that's gonna happen, right? So if you just go get like a player that can come off the bench, maybe be like a better floor spacer than what Stu was. I think that would be a perfect fit for us because I think that we're just like one. I mean, it doesn't have to be 7 footer, but like we need one more big. I think our shooting guards are good, but I will talk about the Karis LeVert and Marcus Sasser stuff. He was the 10th put. Oh, he was the 10th pick when we took Holland. Yeah. So the thing with the Holland pick that I didn't like, T Real City, I didn't like that we drafted him literally like the year after we drafted Asar Thompson. Because they're both similar players. Both are really bad shooters that are really good defenders and are great playmakers, right? Because Asar and Ron are pretty good. Yeah, get somebody long. 100% agree. I think if we're looking at what the Pistons need, it's just somebody with some length, someone that can space the floor as well. Obviously, Tobias Harris can do that well. Jalen Duren cannot, but he's a good lob threat, so it's fine. But yeah, like when you're looking at your bench right now, your bench is consisting of obviously Abuka. You're looking at Isaiah Joe and Ron Holland, and then you've got probably Paul Reed, and then you could fill in whoever you want else in there. Javante Green, I love that guy, but also like I think so that's why I'm like I kind of hope that we go after one more just like 6'9", 6'10" guy that maybe can make an impact, but who is the dude in the G League? I don't know. Let me look his name up. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh, Tolu Smith. I got it. Tolu Smith. He's actually solid. He's a G leaguer who has he I think we signed him to a deal recently. So I think he's actually on the roster. I think it might be a two-way. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah. No, yeah, I agree. It definitely did not make much sense drafting Ron Holland. So, T Real, do you think that we should trade Ron Holland for like another big or something like that? Like, do you think we should send him in a package with like a pick or two to go get like I don't know, need to Santiago. Yeah, I agree. Just someone with some length, right? Like I just think this team right now, if you look at the roster right now, I think you're gonna trade Marcus Sasser, you're gonna trade Karis LeVert, right? Because we really don't have room for those two guys after signing Isaiah Joe, drafting Abuka. Um, I think that you're looking at more than likely trading those two guys. Is someone make sure that Karis LeVert is still he's still on a deal with us, correct? I think we signed him for a 2 year deal, so I think he still got one more with us. It might have been a 3 year deal. Unless I'm thinking of like Duncan Robinson. I don't know. But someone let me know. I think I'm right on that. But I think we need to ship Holland now before it's too late, like Ivy. Yeah. So the Ivy pick I actually really liked. I thought that was a very good pick, but in hindsight, obviously, probably wasn't. There were some good players that draft. I thought Ivy would have been a good fit, but he never really fit next to Cade. Plus, they like never played together, right? Um, Ivy had a ton of potential. But you're right. If we didn't get really anything on Ivy, right? We waited too long, and yeah, so that sucked. So yeah, ship Holland. I mean, I like Ron. He's so young. He has so much potential. So I really don't mind him staying on this team. But we'll see. We'll see. Don't understand why we traded 3 picks. So that's one thing. Great point. When we for this past draft that just happened, we traded basically when you think about it, right? So looking at Isaiah Stewart, we traded him we got 3 second round picks out of him. We traded from pick 21 to pick like 17 or 18 for 3 second round picks. So we basically traded Isaiah Stewart for Abuka just to get an undersized guard who, I think is very good, but I just don't know why we need another small guard. I really think We have Marcus Sasser already, and he's not gonna, cost you much. I think we misuse. By the way, Marcus Sasser, I love the guy. I wish he would get more minutes. I think he gets completely shafted by this team, but yeah, it was a disaster projecting that to work. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was a bit of a I think it was a bit of like a what do you call it? Like a Hail Mary. Like it was kind of like Ivy was super young, athletic, tons of potential, and had star written all over him. But to pair him next to Cade was a bit risky. I definitely don't disagree with that. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't love the move of picking Ibuka. I really T Real. Let me know what or just anyone in here. We got 5 people in here. Appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys would have wanted. Like what pick would you have wanted? I really liked Cam Carr. I don't think we could have got Bennett Sturts. Jaden Quintance as well. I think that's how you say his name. There was a couple picks I really would have liked. Um, we have Isaac Book. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. We do have him as well. Is he on a two-way deal, Brandon? If you know, um, I'm not 100% sure if he's on a two-way deal. I guess he's in the G League, so we can always pull him up, right? But yeah, so we have a lot of good G League players, by the way. You look at that G League team. You got Jaden Akins on there too. I feel like we always have a good G League team. But yeah, So I mean, overall, when you look at here, we can go look at this right here actually. So we got Ugana Onyenso, I think that's how you say his name, and then you got Ibuka Okori as well. Uh, we'll start with Ibuka. I already kind of touched on this, but we do have 6 people in here now. Thank you guys so much, by the way. Um, Looking at Ibuka, player itself, I really do like. I think he's got a ton of potential. Now, adding him to a team that already has a surplus of guards, when you already have guys like Marcus Sasser, Karis LeVert coming off the bench, Javante Green, plus Dennis Jenkins. I mean, come on. I really didn't think this was a good pick. We didn't need like a point guard, right? We needed like a shooting guard, or even like a power forward that could shoot as well. We just needed a shooter. But yeah, it's like they're in the old school mindset of trying to get the guy in the draft who won Finals MVP, and they look like they wanted. Yeah, yeah, he looked like Jalen Brunson. Definitely similar. And Brandon did say he is on a two-way contract, so thank you. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, this is a bit of a interesting pick. I think when you look at it, I think it could work out very well. I think that if you do end up trading Sasser and Karras and maybe even Ron Holland, and you go get some, solid power forward slash center that can either come off the bench or start next to Duran, then I honestly don't mind this decision. Getting a small guard next to Cade offsets his advantage being a big point guard. I hate when teams do that. Very good point again. Very good point. Like this is I think I mean I'll be honest, I don't ever see this guy starting. I think he'll just be that backup point guard that comes in, but again, like more than likely Cade and this guy will be on the floor cuz Cade plays 40 minutes a game. Like he's going to be on the floor with this guy at some point. So, I don't know. And the other thing is with Dennis Jenkins, as much as I love the dude, I don't think he's a starter. He cannot start. So that means you have two backup point guards now. And I don't know how to feel about that. Dennis Jenkins is I wouldn't consider a shooting guard. I wouldn't really consider this guy a shooting guard either, but I guess we'll probably play him there, I would assume. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how we use this guy. I think I'll be honest, what I'm most excited for, they're gambling on guards and you can sign veterans for minimum. Yeah, that's true. But the other thing is that they are looking at like obviously like you said, minimum contracts, but they're looking at a guy like they're looking for a guy with tons of potential that could be better than those veterans. You know what I mean? So I who would you have liked to have seen T Rail? Who would you have wanted us to draft? Did you say already? I don't know if you did. Let me see. Let me know who you would have wanted. There were definitely there was a lot of talent in this draft. There was definitely a few guys I would have wanted. But honestly, at the end of the day, I really don't think that this is a terrible pick. I gave it like a B minus. I didn't love the. I think the worst part about it was the trade up. Honestly, like I don't think we needed to trade up to get this guy. But I think overall, I think he's got tons of potential, and we'll see how he does in summer league. Same with this other guy, which we'll get to in a sec. But I think when you look at potential. Like he looks like a little bit more potential Marcus Sasser, which again, Sasser gets misused on this team as it is. So hopefully this guy can get more usage. We'll see. We will see. Pete, he was definitely another guy that I was interested in. I didn't really want him at pick 21. If we would have traded back and gotten him, I would have been fine. But he was the one guy I had my eye on because I watched him at Arizona a lot, and he probably has. I did hear a lot of scouts telling him to stay in college, which I was kind of like, that's kind of weird. But I honestly think Pete's got potential to be a stud. So I definitely don't agree. I think he's our. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind that either. Like there was I feel like at pick 21, we had so many options. Like there was a lot of guards. Like there wasn't very many bigs this draft. Pete was one of the only bigs that I was really interested in, other than like Hideo Amara, but obviously he was gone at like pick 12. So yeah, I don't know. Well, but yeah, so finishing thoughts about Ibuka Corey, honestly, like excited to see what he can do in summer league and maybe this season, but overall, I really didn't think that. Ooh, Chris Sinak too. Yeah, he would have been solid. He would have been solid. What are your thoughts on LeBaron Fillin Jr., the I think yeah, Alabama player? I would have loved to have had him too. He might be a point guard though, so I don't know. I wanted like a good like shoot backup shooting guard, but which again we do have Chaz Lanier as well. I completely forgot about him, but I don't really know. I don't really know about Chaz Lanier. He's a bucket, but I don't know really if he'll ever get serious minutes. Um, I really don't know, but I do like his potential. I won't lie. But yeah, so Abuka Corey, excited to see what he can do, see what he can provide. Hopefully, he can be a really solid backup point guard slash shooting guard. We'll see. Um, you're talking about Isaiah Evans? Yeah, that's another. I can't believe he fell to the second round. I would have been completely fine taking him at 21. By the way, very good guard at Duke, and I think has a lot of potential. Yeah, yep, from Duke. He ended up going like pick 33, I think. Like we could have easily traded back, gotten him. There was so this was probably one of the most loaded draft classes I've seen. That's why I'm like not like overly thrilled about the picks that we got. I mean, well, Ibuka's solid, but is the fit really there? You know what I mean? So, looking at let's talk about Uganda. I'll keep looking at chats though and reading those off too. Appreciate you guys. Just keep flooding my chats, man. I love answering your questions and seeing you guys like voice your opinions and stuff like that. That's what this is all about. But looking at Uganda, I'm gonna try and say his name right. Uganda Onyenso. All right. So my friend actually goes to Kentucky University, and this guy was there his freshman year, I believe. And he told me he was all right. Like he's nothing crazy, nothing special at when he was at Kentucky. He transferred to Virginia, and he had a solid year this year. Now, you look at his stats. His stats are very underwhelming. He averaged like 5 points a game, and a few rebounds a game as well. But honestly, like his defense is genuinely insane. Like he's a 7 footer. Start by saying that. That's a good sign. And he had 9 blocks on Cam Boozer, the player of the year, by the way, for Duke. He had 9 blocks on him in the ACC championship, which I don't know if it was 100% 9 blocks, but I don't know. I saw somewhere that he had 9 blocks on Cam Boozer, or at least he had 9 blocks in the ACC championship. So this we got a rim protector, right? Now, how much is this guy gonna play? Probably not much. He was picked 53. So we'll see how he does in summer league, and then he'll probably go to the G League for this year, but we'll see. T Real City said now they're doing the draft and stash the positive Clippers pick headed back to college. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, it was the Clippers guy that's headed back. He was from like Auburn, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what that is about. We need 7 foot guys. Yeah, no, 100% agree that I didn't we definitely do need 7 foot guys like you were saying. I wasn't saying I ever hated this pick. This was a good pick when I seen we picked him. The only problem I have, not with the pick. The pick is fine. The only problem I have is that he has no offensive capabilities, which again, that's fine. He can develop those, and he's more of a rim protector anyway. But the problem is that he's probably not going to see the floor much. He is probably going to be in the G League for most of his time with us. I mean, at least next year as a rookie, he probably will be. Hopefully, we pull him up though and give him some minutes. I would like to see what he's capable of, and I'll also have to see what he does in summer league. See what he does against some of the other competition. Um, no, I definitely agree though. This was a solid pick. I would say I liked this one more than the Abuka one for sure. Because I think we for this pick, I'm pretty sure we only paid cash. I think we didn't trade any picks to get this one. So yeah, just like what they did in the Bird Magic era, where they drafted guys still playing in college. Yeah, I didn't. It's kind of like how like hockey and baseball work, right? It's how like they like draft people that like are like not even in college yet. It's just weird. Um, but yeah, you guys also, I wanted to, I want to point this out. Do you guys remember? It was a couple years ago. We drafted some motherfucker from somewhere from overseas. I forget his name. I think he was in the draft with Asar Thompson, maybe. And I forget his name. I kind of want to look it up. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I really want to remember his name. But we drafted some fucker from like Sweden or something, and he never came to he never played for us, not even once. What was it? Pistons draft class. Was it 20? It had to have been like 2024, 2023. That was 2024 was Ron Bobby. So it was 2023 then. Maybe it was 2022. Nope, that was damn. So it must have been a while ago then. It was like 4 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. Was it the Jay Ivey, Jalen Duren? I thought it was that draft. We drafted somebody. Let's see if someone got it yet. And how guys stay in Europe, yeah. Happens a lot, yeah. I mean, I literally remember there was a player we got from Europe and he just never came. And he was a bucket too. It was kind of disappointing, but what can you do? But yeah, so overall though, I mean, I would give, like I said, I think I gave the Abuka pick sorry, B minus. I think the potential's there. I think the player's solid. I didn't love the fit. I didn't love trading up. And then for the second pick for Ugana, I like the potential in the rim protecting side. Don't obviously love the fact that he's not the greatest rebounder or scorer. But honestly, like who cares? Like he's just gonna be a solid bench guy anyway. Who maybe can come in and get some swats, right? So we'll see. Honestly, I don't know. I thought the draft was solid. I think that you look at the players we get. There's a lot of potential there. So we got a 7 footer, right? That's something to be happy about. Every team's got like 5 to 10 guys with the rights. Yeah, never good enough or so. Yeah, that was that his name? Was it Seldom? Or oh no. Yeah, I cannot remember that guy's name. I could not remember it. It was that was it oh, I gotta look it up again. I need to remember. Oh, what was the European guy the Pistons drafted and never got? No, not Darko Milicic. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't European, but I cannot remember his name, dude. Was it Seldom? Yeah, I like the second round pick more as well. I like the fact that they were looking at getting like another big, right? Now I know he's not a scorer. He's not a, he's a solid rebounder, but I think overall I like the fact that he's a great rim protector and he had a few really nice games in college, so but yeah, anyway, I think I don't know. We could see what else we'll talk about. Looking at the draft itself, honestly, why not, right? Um, I mean honestly, I can't think of anything else to talk about for the Pistons. If you guys pop anything else in the chat you want me to like literally just tell me anything you want me to talk about and I'll talk about it. That's what we're doing here. I have a couple subjects obviously I want to get to, but like I'm basically like we've already gotten to Terrion, we've already gotten to Stu, and there's Isaiah Joe trade. We got to our draft picks. So if you guys have anything else you want me to talk about, I'm just gonna kind of talk about the NBA draft and like my overall thoughts on it. So feel free to chime in or let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about, whether it's Detroit Lions, Detroit Pistons, and it can be any Detroit sports, college, whatever. I hate when teams have small forwards taller than the Pistons 4 and 5. Yeah, I mean you look at like the Utah Jazz, right? Like I mean, what's going on there? They have like Jaren Jackson Jr., Walker Kessler, and Laurie Markkinen. Like those guys are all like 6'9" and taller. Um, I have a feeling they're gonna trade. I think they'll probably keep Jaren. I think Walker Kessler's a free agent. I don't know if he's restricted or not, but more than likely they will trade either Laurie or Walker Kessler. Um, Not sure which, honestly. I would love to get the other one that they get rid of, by the way. I wouldn't mind getting a Walker Kessler or a. I mean, Laurie Markkinen's been like my. For the last like 4 years, I've been wanting Laurie Markkinen on this team. So Jazz and Magic, yeah, the Jazz for sure. It's a bit crazy. Even their guards are pretty tall, and then the Magic, yeah, Wendell Carter, Paulo, Franz is like 6'9". Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. That's probably why we struggled against him. I guess Franz was. I feel like the only reason, like, let's be honest, guys. The only reason we won that Magic series was probably because Franz Wagner got hurt. Like, I'm not saying like we wouldn't have won if he would have stayed healthy, but I am saying that the biggest reason. Oops, sorry. The biggest reason that we won that series is more than likely because yeah, 6'10" and up. The biggest reason we won that series is probably because of the fact that what's his name, Franz Wagner got hurt. But yeah, like oh yeah, they got Jonathan Isaac. Yeah, like it was ridiculous. Like we were just outmatched. Like freaking what's his name, Tobias Harris was getting shut down out there. It was crazy. But yeah, but looking at talk about should we talk about the draft or should we talk about some? We could talk about some trade and free agency options. Anyone who's watching right now, put down anyone you want to see the Pistons either trade for. You can throw in what trade package you'd give up to if you want, and then also throw in any free agents that you think. I want to hear what you guys want before we get into the whole draft talk because there's a lot of things we could touch here, but I want to hear what are some free agents or some trades you want to see the Pistons make before we kind of like get away from the Pistons talk. Matchups hurt us going against teams like Magic and now Wizard. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Wizards. I've been wanting to talk about them. Man, for a team that's not Detroit, I do really love that team because obviously they've kind of been where we were, very shitty team that has struggled to catch on. And when I saw they were getting the first pick, I was very excited because AJ Dybonsa is one of my favorite players in college. So I'm excited to see what he does there. Now, I've been saying ever since they traded for, might have been when they traded for AD or Trey. I forget which one, but ever since they got Trey and AD, I've been saying that next year they will be a playoff team. I think that they will be an 8 seed, 7 seed, maybe even make it to like the 5 seed. But I think that they have play if they stay healthy. If they can stay healthy, I think that the Wizards can make the playoffs next year. We'll see. Because you add in AJ Dybonsa, already, by the way, already with a super young, talented roster. Like they have like what's his name, Kaishan George, Alex Sarr. There's a couple others, but like man, they have some young talent there. So I would love to see the Wizards in the playoffs next year. I think if Trey and AD both stay healthy, I could see it happening. We'll see. But go after Roy. Yeah, I mean Roy Hachimura. He was solid for the Lakers this year. I think if you're gonna go after like a affordable free agent, that's a pretty good option. I think when you look at overall fit as well, the thing is now that we did get Isaiah Joe, I think that sorry, I might need to sit up, but I think when you look at the Isaiah Joe trade as well, I think that you're also looking at um, probably. Oh, you said he's small four, but he can shoot. Hey, I mean, if he can play the four, I mean, Tobias Harris is a small four, right? So, if he can play the four, why not? He'd be a good backup four, or I don't know. I don't know if he probably wouldn't start over Tobias, but if you were to let Tobias go, that's also a good replacement there. So, definitely some options there. But yeah, we definitely could use a guy like him. Um, Obviously, like there was a lot of we didn't talk about the Jalen Duren stuff yet. We'll get into that here. Um, so looking at the Pistons like roster in general, or well, I guess we'll talk about the news first. So I this morning I heard that there was a good possibility that the Pistons were going to do a sign and trade with the Celtics to get Jalen Brown, and I was kind of like, I don't see it. Um, but yeah, there was a big talk around the fact that people were saying that, oh, the Pistons are going to do a sign and trade, and they ended up coming out and saying like they're not interested in a sign and trade, like they're set in stone on keeping sorry on keeping Jalen Duren in Detroit. But I also did hear as well that it sounds like the Pistons and Jalen Duren are not very close when it comes to contract talks. They're not very close. So I don't want to give Jalen Duren $45 million. I don't think he deserves that for a guy who can't really shoot that well. He's developing a jumper a little bit, but and a guy who's really not all that great at defense. I mean, he's solid at defense. I wouldn't say he's bad, but he definitely could get better at both of those. We already traded our best trade piece, Beef Stew. So that's the thing was like we had so much like if you're gonna trade Beef Stew, why not send him in a package to go get like a really good player, right? Like you could have sent him and Ron or him and Karras and Sasser and maybe a couple picks, and you could have gone and gotten like a Laurie Markkinen, right? But I think getting rid of him was your first mistake because you traded him for three second round picks. Like, why would you ever do that? Like, I didn't love that move at all. I get you're clearing up cap space to sign Duren, but you could have easily sent him in a trade package to unless Duren on the block, then we need to get Mobley. Yeah, I mean Mobley's a pretty similar player. I mean he's a little better defender, obviously. I don't think so when I if I'm thinking sign and trade, honestly, I'm thinking probably the Lakers are probably going to be interested because I heard that they were big they really wanted Duren. I know they have DeAndre Ayton. I forget if he's a free agent or not, but we could do a sign and trade with them, get DeAndre Ayton, maybe like Roy Hachimura, and then maybe a pick or two as well. I don't really know how that trade would go. I'm not the best with trades, but I do know Duren is definitely worth a lot more than what DeAndre Ayton is because Duren was an All NBA player this year. He's 22 years old, All Star, and he's got a lot of potential. So looking at that, I think, yeah, no, I think, oh, sorry, I just lost it. There we go. Um, Looking at that, I think like yeah, like if you're gonna do a sign and trade, I wouldn't mind. Like Aiton really isn't like I'm not all that interested in him, but if you were gonna do a sign and trade, that'd probably make the most sense. And then you could get like a decent shooter along with him, or just get maybe a pick or two, and then use those picks to get someone else. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I could also see could see like maybe yeah, I mean we could get like a Mobley too. They gotta trade guys a year ahead of schedule and stop waiting. I mean, really, like, yeah, you're right. I mean, they made that mistake with Ivy. Um, I don't know if you guys remember the Sadiq Bey trade from a couple years ago. Like, I remember that one. It was kind of a shocker. Because we didn't want to sign him, and then we ended up just trading him for like James Wiseman and it was like the worst trade ever. And then like obviously, I mean, Sadiq's we'll all miss him, but like he's not the greatest player now at least. Like he was actually pretty good this year. I remember he was on the Pelicans. I'm pretty sure, and he was solid, but yeah, nothing too crazy really. Wow, this has been going. Whew. Appreciate everyone in here by the way. If you are in here right now, throw some in the chat, say what's up, say throw in whatever you want me to talk about, throw in your thoughts on the Pistons draft off season so far. We're just having fun talking right now, and I mean I can't believe I've already been going for 45 minutes almost. That's crazy. I was only going to do like a 20-30 minute talk, but a bunch of people joined, so I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I mean, finishing up the Jalen Duren talk. Hopefully, I mean, if I was the GM and I was to sit here and say like what I would do, I would say that same thing happened with Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Lowell. Yeah, I mean, you know what you're talking about. I'll tell you that. You definitely know what you're talking about. Um, Trail City, yeah, like it's when it comes down to waiting too long to trade a player, and then all of a sudden they're either gone or you're not getting anything out of them. Did it with Ivy, probably doing it with Sasser too. It's like I don't know, we'll see. But finishing up the Jalen Duren talk, if I was a GM, I would keep Duren. You have to. The team chemistry with him and Cade, and plus he's 22 years old, tons of potential still, and he's still growing his game and stuff. So I think you got to re-sign him. I mean, because again, if you let him go, I guess if you do it, like I said, if you do a trade and sign and trade with a team and you go get another center and maybe that's cheaper, and maybe you get another player along with it, like I guess go for it. But obviously, I think the best thing that we can do is to just sign Duran, just sign him back. I think that's what you got to do. Had a chance to flip them at their highest value around the league. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, looking back, there's a lot of things that we could have done differently, right? But I think like especially like I mean you can look back all the way back then. You can look back to the Killian Hayes pick, the Sadiq Bey trade. It's like there's always gonna be something that a GM does that you're just like, what the hell? Like even look at the Lions. Like I mean, Lions like have made a lot of bad decisions over the last couple of years. Drafting Terrion Arnold, one of them, obviously, because he's not even on the team anymore. So if Duran doesn't make All NBA this year, his value drops. So what I think is gonna happen is he's gonna get his money. We're gonna sign him, and then he's just gonna probably like hopefully not perform like he did in the playoffs. But being on a contract year this year, I think he really stepped up, and I think next year he's probably just gonna like plummet his value. I agree. I That's the one thing I'm worried about with him is like I don't want him to be one of those players that like just gets paid and then just stops playing. Like who is the player that did it recently? I don't know, but like you always get those players that just get paid and all of a sudden they just stop playing. So hopefully, I don't think Durham will be like that. I think he'll still be good and dominant. I just hope that he can continue to get better, and I just hope whatever we pay him is worth it. Like I wouldn't give him anything north of 40 mil a year. I was hoping like 35, but I think that ship's kind of sailed. So yeah, I need to see some new strategies. That's all tired of the same mistakes. I think it's all going to come down to what I mean. I think for sure we're re-signing Duran. I'm like 80% sure. I think what this season for the Detroit Pistons will come down to, I think it's going to come down to three things. What they do for the rest of free agency, obviously, that's a big one because obviously, you've got some guys you got to re-sign like Duran, like Tobias, um, or some guys that you got to go out and sign as well. Maybe another big or just another shooter, maybe. Um, but looking at that overall, I think that the biggest thing is going to come down to free agency. The second biggest thing is going to come down to obviously injuries. Injuries are always a killer. You see it with the Detroit Lions every single year, but hopefully, I mean the Pistons stayed pretty healthy this past year. I'm trying to think. Do we ever? I mean, Cade obviously went down for like a month. Didn't really affect us too much. Still got that one seed, man. It still sucks that we didn't make the conference. I really think we could have. We'll talk about that in a sec with the Pistons' actual season this past year. Whoops. Good motor, but wildly inconsistent. He needs guys to help him that are. Yeah, I mean, are you talking about Duran? I think you are. Good motor, but wildly inconsistent. He needs guys to help him that are 7 foot. Yeah, you're right. I think he could definitely. He needs to just like go and like hit the fucking gym, man. Like he needs to just get some shots up, learn how to shoot a 3 pointer for fuck's sake. Like you're in the NBA, you can't shoot a 3 pointer, man. Like I swear, you put me on the like an NBA court and I shoot 10 threes, I should be able to hit at least one, man. I'm a pretty good shooter, like playing like rec league at the gym and stuff. But like as an NBA player, you got to know how to shoot the ball, right? So. But yeah, I think you have to re-sign Duran though. I really do think that's like top priority for us. I think the team chemistry with him and also just the fact that like you're probably not gonna be able to replace Duran with anyone better than Duran. Like it just won't happen. But looking at the actual Pistons season, um, I'm gonna one sec. Looking at the actual Pistons season, I'll talk about that real quick. Like when you really look at the season as a whole, it was a really fun season. Like that was the most fun basketball season I've ever had. Like you had Michigan basketball going crazy, you had Michigan State basketball going crazy, you had the Pistons going crazy. It was just such a fun year, man. And football really sucked. Lions were terrible. Michigan football was okay. Michigan State football god awful. And by the way, I go to Michigan State University, so obviously a little heartbroken that Michigan won the Natty in basketball, but obviously it was cool to see another Big Ten team win it finally. I guess fuck. But yeah, I think if he if he had guys that are taller than him, it can make him look like a monster. He's only 6'10". Yeah, it's crazy because he's only 6'10", and I really like think like honestly he looks like he's taller than that. Hold on, I'm trying to like figure out how to sit because I'm like starting like I've been sitting so long now. Wait, what if I do this? Okay. Yeah, he's a very tall like 6'10". Like he to me looks like he's like 7 foot, but he's not. So I obviously think that for being 6'10", he's an athletic freak, but I definitely think having a 7 footer is important, right? Like you need like a good 7 footer that can come in like when we go up against Victor Wembanyama, like 6'10" guys just not gonna cut it, right? You can't guard him with that. Um, but yeah, so 2 minutes behind, damn. All right. But yeah, anyway, we were talking about the Detroit Pistons season, I think, and that looking at that, like we won 60 games this year. Like that was incredible. First time we've done that in a while. We got the number one seed going in the playoffs. The Celtics got bounced in the first round. The Knicks weren't really anything crazy, we thought. And the Cavs were really the Cavs were the one team I was like, that's gonna be the team that beats us. Not because I think they're better than us, it's just because I knew. Like here's the thing, and Trill City will definitely agree with me here. When we got matched up with the Cavs, I knew that that size advantage was literally going to destroy us. Like I knew that Mobley and Allen were just going to like destroy us because Duran wasn't even playing well against the Magic, and then Tobias Harris is like 6 foot fucking eight. So I knew that we were going to get outsized by them, and I knew that James Harden and Donovan Mitchell were going to probably have their way in some of the games. So it sucks because I kind of had a feeling that's where our season would end. And it sucks because we were up 2-0 in that series. And then game five was just a terrible ending. Asar got tripped, didn't get any free throws. And then we win game six, and then we get destroyed at home in game seven. It was just a really disappointing way for that season to end, man. I really think we could have given the Knicks a run for their money. I really do. I mean, we had our way with them in the regular season. We were playing well in the playoffs. I really think we could have had our way with them. Um, in the conference final and maybe made it to the freaking finals. I don't think we would have beat the Spurs, but who knows? I mean, the Knicks did, so we might have been able to. Cat is 6'10", right? Yeah. Yeah, he is. Cat and Mitchell Robinson, yeah. Bankero 6'10", same height as our center. Yeah, it is weird. Now that you say that, like I always thought Bankero was pretty short for playing. I mean, he doesn't really play center, I guess, but like um it is weird when you think about it. Like we really do need like just a good 7 footer that can come in and like when you're as athletic as Duran is, I think it helps, right? But I think we could really use just like a nice 7 footer that is doesn't even have to be capable of shooting, but I mean just someone that we can rely on to guard guys like Giannis and um, just guys like that. So. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks. It sucks having a short ass team. The good news is though is that all of our guards are tall, right? I mean, outside of Dennis Jenkins, like you have Cade, who's like, I mean, I think he's listed at like 6'6", but with his afro, he's like 6'8". Um, you have Asar Thompson, who's like 6'8", I think, and then Duncan, I think is I don't know, he's not overly tall, but if we were to like let's say go, there was a lot of trade talks for Trey Murphy as well. I forgot to mention. He's also 6'8". He could play the four. I want to hear Trill City. Let me know what you think about that. Trey Murphy, if we were to trade for him, because he could start at the four, I think, but you could also throw him at the two or the three. Yeah, Cavs knew they could beat us after the trade. It was crazy how confident they were talking about facing us. It's all about matchups. It's exactly what I said going to the playoffs. Like I knew, I literally in my playoff prediction had us losing to the Cavs because I knew that that size matchup, and then you also add in James Harden in that lineup. It was just a mismatch. Like, and honestly, we were the better team. Like, I think we outplayed them in that series. I just think we sold. Honestly, I think the inexperience got to us, and I just think we played like shit in the game three and four and seven. And knowing they can't shoot, yeah, I mean they knew we couldn't shoot. That was what happened to us in the Magic series. We couldn't shoot the fucking ball, and what happened? We almost lost the series. We were lucky we came back. And not addressing any of it, riding the regular wave. Yep, yep, yep. Most teams were tanking. It was ridiculous, yeah. Like we literally We had a chance to address it at the deadline, the shooting problem, and we didn't, and that really pissed me off. I think they were confident in just riding out with Dennis Jenkins, and he all of a sudden he gets signed, right, and then all of a sudden Dennis Jenkins cools off. He was still good though in the playoffs, so I'll give him that. You do want Trey Murphy? Good. I think out of all our trade possibilities, not only is he the most realistic, I think that he's probably either number two or number three on my list for who I'd want. Um, but yeah, I really think that you hate the Cavs. Yeah, you exactly same. You hate the Cavs all season because you knew they'd beat us. It's exactly the same way I felt going into the playoffs and just all season. Like I knew because even the regular season, the Cavs were beating us. Like it was like the whole season they were just taking us down. So, um, but yeah, like it was evident that I think that I mean the thing is we could have won that series. We had Game 7 at home and we lost, but I think we all kind of knew. I knew going into that series we were gonna lose. I just had a feeling, and I again yeah same. That was the one team I did not want to face in the playoffs was the Cavs. The Celtics I was a little scared of, but I think we would have been able to take them. The Knicks I think we could have got them. And then there was really no other good teams in the playoffs. The Magic were for being an 8 seed were very good. I'll say that. Um, but yeah, Trey Murphy and be a big two. Yeah, Trey Murphy would be so sick next to Cade because if you put him at the two, you've got all 6'8" guys and above. Or I guess if you want to say Cade 6'6", then say it. But you're gonna have 6'8", I would say with his afro, Cade Cunningham. You've got Trey Murphy who's 6'8". You've got Asar Thompson 6'8". You've got Tobias 6'8", and then Duran 6'10". So, um, Ibrahim, I think is how you say your name. Trajan is moving smart. No need to max Duran. Yeah, so I wanna hear what you think. I think your name's pronounced Ibrahim. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not the smartest. He's moving smart. I loved the Isaiah Joe trade. Um, but for Maxine Duran, the thing is from what I've heard today, it does not sound good for the contract talks with Duran. It sounds like he wants to get a max. Now I don't know. I don't think we'll give it to him. I think more than likely we're gonna give him 40 mil. I think he's gonna get 40 mil a year. Um, but it sounds like their contract talks were pretty rough today. Sounds like the Pistons were not wanting to give him that much, and he did. I don't think he deserves more than 40 million. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what he's thinking. I just think that when it comes to Jalen Duren, you have to re-sign him. You have to keep him because if you want to go find someone better than Jalen Duren, good luck. I mean, I get he's not the best, but he was an All NBA player, All Star. That's 22 years old, and the chemistry that he has with Cade is just ridiculous. So crazy how the Pistons were blushing while the NBA got help from the West to add size. The East teams to counter Duren. Duren flourished without other long bigs in the East. Yeah, I mean, and you saw it every time we played like a taller team. The Spurs, they had their way against us all season. The Bucks have always had their way against us with Giannis. Back when they had Brook Lopez, which by the way, Brook Lopez wouldn't be a terrible guy to go sign as well for like a backup. Um, yeah, and then also like just other tall teams in the East. The Magic gave us problems. Like it's when it comes to the size advantage, we've always struggled. We always have. The Pistons have always struggled because we've always been too short. That's why I would man, if we would have got Wemby that one year, man, I wish that we would have got that freaking. I mean, Cade and Wemby would be unfair, so I get why they rigged it. So the Spurs got him. Trajan hit or miss on smart moves. I can't give him that. We've seen players he passed up. Yeah, I won't disagree. I think Trajan's playing it smart right now, but I wouldn't say that as a GM. I think as a GM he's done well. He got us to a 1 seed like his like first year or second year. So we got to give him credit there, right? He knows what he's doing, but also I think he does make mistakes. I don't know. I think when you look at Trajan, I think he's thinking, shooting is number one priority. And I think he's thinking, obviously, re-signing Duren is the number one priority. So I think that's what they're thinking. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go and grab like a water bottle because I'm dying right now. Hold on. Whew. I don't know. Hold on. Let me just do this. I can do that. There we go. 1 second. All right. Whew. I have not. I've been talking way too much. All right, we're back. Let's keep it going. Having some fun. This has been fun. Let's go back to this page. All right. So what was I talking about? I was talking about trade deadline. Every team in the NBA East got new bigs. Even the Wizards, yeah, even the Wizards going out and getting AD, right? Like, come on now. Um, I think that when you look at what we need, I've been saying we need one more big. I think we could use another 7 footer, but but they keep giving the Spurs our yeah hit or miss. Yeah, it sucks. Obviously, I hate the NBA draft lottery. I absolutely despise that system. And now they have the whole anti-tanking rule. I don't get it. Like I understand you don't want teams just purposely losing, but at the same time, that's how you get better is by letting these teams like the Kings that completely suck. Like the Kings are terrible. They're a terrible team. The Wizards have been a terrible team. The Grizzlies were horrible this year. The Bulls are super mid, can never win. So it's like the whole anti-tanking thing I think is super stupid, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me check this real quick. There we go. Um, but yeah, I think it's just gonna come down to what for Trajan Langdon. I think it's going to come down to what move he makes, trade wise. Because I've been saying this. I think we're gonna trade either or probably both Karis LeVert and Marcus Sasser. Ron Holland's on the trade block as well. Outside of that, I don't see us trading anyone. Duran Tobias should get re-signed, and hopefully in the trade, if we get one, or if we just go to free agency, hopefully we can get one more big. So no surprise, Spurs were in the finals. Honestly, I didn't. I had them go into the conference final, I believe. I didn't think they'd get. I didn't think they'd get past the Thunder. To be honest, I thought that they're. I thought they were too young. I thought their young and inexperiencedness would eventually come back to bite them, and I'm really surprised it didn't. I mean, you look at the Spurs roster. I think it was the youngest team to ever even make the conference final, let alone the NBA final. So I mean, you had Stephon Castle year two, Dylan Harper year one, Wemby year three. Um, even Vassell was young. What's the other guy? Carter Bryant out there as a rookie. Their only real vets were like De'Aaron Fox. Like it was crazy. They got pick of the litter. Yeah, I mean that when you're bad so many years in a row and you're getting Stephon Castle in the top three, you're getting Wemby number one. They had a couple other like top five, top 10 picks. I remember Jeremy Sohan or whatever his name is, but I don't think he's on the Knicks now. But they had so many picks over these past few years, and like look at that. They finally all of a sudden get to where they want to be, and I think that's where the Wizards are heading to. I think the Wizards are gonna. I don't think they're gonna be in the finals in the next year or two, but I mean, dude, they got Trey, AD, AJ. Like they've got a solid looking team for this year. So you read that roster different. Yeah, I think I'm guessing you're talking about the Spurs. Also, I want to talk about the Spurs draft because I mean, can we take a look at who they got? I mean, look at right over here. You got Jaden Quaintance, who was one of my top picks that I would have loved the Pistons to have gotten, and they also went on. They got Terrace Reed Jr. These aren't updated, by the way. Like it says the Nuggets got him, but Terrace Reed Jr. I mean, what a pick there as well. A guy I'm very high on. And then they also went in the second round and they got Jacoby Gillespie, who was a very good point guard out of Tennessee. Excellent draft for them. The size and versatility, I had them only real threat to OKC. I think we could all agree that in the Western Conference this year, we all knew it was going to come down to the Spurs and the Thunder. I think that they were just too good all year, and there was really no Western Conference team. I mean, the Lakers, if they had healthy Luca, maybe they could have done something. The Nuggets, I thought, could have been a problem, but they just did not perform well. I think they lost like first round of the freaking Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves weren't really a threat. It was really just down to OKC and the Spurs. So obviously, very glad the Spurs won, but man, I wish they could have freaking beat the Knicks. Man, I hate the Knicks. I also want to look at OKC's draft. Look at OKC's draft, man. They got Adeyemara. Mara. Um, yeah. What would the Pistons do against Mara or Wemby in the finals? Fuck. Well, what can you do? I mean, Wemby would probably drop 40 and 20 a game. Mara, I mean, we'll see how he develops, man. I mean, he could be a demon for the Thunder. I mean, I have a feeling we're going to be hating that guy for a while now that he's on the Thunder. Like, when I seen the Thunder drafted him, I was like, are you fucking fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious? How does he go there? Um, but yeah, Deyamara. So for the Thunder draft, you get a Deyamara, and then you go get Bennett Sturts. Who it says, yeah, it says he went to the Grizzlies, but the Thunder got him. Bennett Sturts is another guy I really wanted the Pistons to get. Very good shooter, who is a very experienced guy in college. Very good at Iowa. He's a dog. And then they also go in the second round. They get Otega Owe, who again, my Kentucky buddy. He was telling me is like there's no way they got a Deyamara, and they went out and they got like that's Bennett Sturts and Otega Owe. It's just ridiculous. His standing reach, yeah, it's. I mean, I think OKC got their Wemby stopper right. I mean, I don't think he'll be able to stop Wemby, but he'll be able to do a better job than what Chet and Hartenstein did. Which I think Hartenstein just re-signed with the Thunder. I'm pretty sure. So I mean, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I didn't really think Hartenstein was that good, but then again, Chet Holmgren is pretty dog shit as well. So I wonder if they get rid of Chet and have Mara starting. I don't know. I could see that. I definitely could. But again, a team like that starting a rookie would be a little risky. But yeah, I think Mara on the Thunder is just unreal. But yeah, a lot of good drafts. I thought the Spurs and the Thunder had the two best. I like the Timberwolves draft getting Isaiah Evans and Trey Kaufman Wren. I thought that was a good draft. But even better than them, I think it was the Kings. Yeah, Darius Acuff in there along with Emmanuel Sharp. And I also thought the Wizards had a good draft, obviously getting AJ. I like what Memphis is doing. They're an interesting team. Memphis is an interesting team right now. Beefs too is there. Oh God, and Dylan Brooks, dude. That's someone else too. I think that's John Morant too. I mean, we'll see if he stays there if they trade John maybe. But Memphis is going to be an interesting team. I mean, I don't think they're going to be. If Ja's there and they stay healthy, maybe they could be a playoff team. I don't know though. I think Cam Boozer. I'll be honest, not a huge Cam Boozer guy. I didn't really think that. I didn't love that pick, but again, they did need a big. Like they needed like a new power forward. But Cam Boozer's like 6'8", and if you watch his tape in college, like he doesn't really have. I mean, he's a good shooter. I'll give him that. So. He's an okay defender, but he really his only post moves are just like bull rushing. Like he just like lowers his shoulder, which I just don't think that's gonna work in the NBA. So I don't know. I don't love Cam Boozer. I don't think he'll translate overly well, but I will say that I think Memphis did the right thing by drafting him because he has a lot of potential to become like a very good like power forward. So we'll see. Um, I'm interested to see what he does. I think he'll be really good in summer league, and I think he'll probably do well as a rookie. Eldama and Beef Stew. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the Grizzlies had a pretty solid draft too. I mean, Cam Boozer. I mean, who else would they have gotten? They needed a big. You could have gone and got Caleb Wilson, but he's not really a power forward. He's more of a small forward. And after that, it's just a bunch of guards. So it's like honestly, probably was the best pick they could have made there. They needed a young one in that. So I'm interested to see what he does and see how he performs there. We'll see. Boozer can play 3-4. Okay, so if he could play, yeah. If Boozer plays the three a little bit, I think that could be interesting as well. To me, he's more of a four. Like I definitely think he'll play the four. But yeah, with Aldama, I could see them probably splitting that. I think Aldama will probably play the three. We'll see. But yeah, so some other good picks in this draft. I had Cam Carr. He went to the Lakers. It says the Knicks. This I don't know why this graphic is like wrong. I mean, it's like the original picks, but like obviously all these like a lot of these players got traded. So um, yeah, I think Memphis will have an interesting team. I think like I already said, Wizards. I think will have an interesting team. I think the Jazz will have a bit of an interesting team, man. They've got a lot. Yeah, Aldama more of a three. That's what I kind of thought. Do you think they'll start Beef Stew? I think they probably. No, they have Zach Edey. They have Zach Edey. I forgot they had Zach Edey. Holy shit, they got a lot of bigs, man. So they got Zach Edey. They have Isaiah Stewart now, and they have uh, Aldama and Cam Boozer now. Like that's a really good lineup there. How tall is Aldama? Is he 6'9"? Thought he was only like 6'9". Let me look. Is he 7 foot? Oh my God, he's 7 foot. Holy shit. Yeah, so 7 footer at the three, huh? That's uh that's pretty ridiculous. Um, is he? No, he probably not. Okay. Yeah, if they had a big, I forgot. Yeah, you need. Yeah, I got you, Zach. I completely forgot Zach Edey went there. Uh, Obviously another like super tall, big guy, more of just a rebounder, lob threat, not much of a shooter or anything. But I'm assuming they'll probably start him. They'll probably start Boozer and Aldama, and then they'll have Ja. And I forget who their shooting guard is. I can't think. But then you also got Isaiah Stewart in there. Maybe throw him at the shooting guard, right? But no, that's a good looking roster. I think they're like let me look at their roster real quick. Let's look. 7 foot Aldama, yeah. That's crazy. If he's playing the three, man, like come on now. Like you got like 7 foot two, Zach Edey. I mean Cam Boozer's only 6'8", but then you got 7 foot Aldama. Like, come on now. Grizzlies roster. So yeah, you got Ja Morant, you got Zach Edey, Ty Jerome's all right. They got Gigi Jackson, I like him. Cam Spencer, Jalen Wells, Taj Gibson, Taylor Hendricks. Ooh, they got Walter Clayton Jr. I like that. Cedric Coward. So they've got some guys. I mean, they don't have like an insane shooting guard really to go along with Ja. Ty Jerome probably their starter, I would assume. But yeah, they had a rookie. They had a rookie last year at the two. Was it Cam Spencer maybe? They have Gigi Jackson, but he's like a small forward, I think. Probably backup. Javon Small, Taj Gibson. Oh, they had Contavious Caldwell Pope too. Wow. Yeah, they have a pretty damn good roster. They have some good depth in that team too. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think the Grizzlies will be much of a threat this year. Now obviously if Ja stays healthy, plays a full year, I could see them being pretty good. But overall, I would say, I don't know. I think their shooting guards are good. They have a lot of them, so and they with the amount of bigs they have too. Like, come on now, it's a good looking team. Jalen Wells, he's good too. Oh yeah, and they got my Michigan State guy Carson Cooper in there too. Hell yeah. But yeah, overall, I think Grizzlies will be solid, but we'll see. But yeah, honestly, probably probably finish this up here in the next few minutes or so. Thank you to anyone who is watching, by the way. This has been fun. Last time I tried this, I didn't get really anyone in here. I tried it and I just kind of like did it for like 30 minutes. I'll probably end off by kind of talking about this channel. So if you guys don't want to hear it, just head on out. But we'll see if we can find a couple more things to talk about real quick. Um, but yeah, we'll probably get finished up here in a few minutes. Some other steals of picks. Let's go through that real quick. I mean, obviously, I love the Darius Acuff pick. I wish he wouldn't have gone to the Kings, but um, the Morris Johnson Jr. pick was one of the most surprising. I did not see that. I thought they'd either get Mara or like Yaxel or something. Now, I don't think I would. I love that pick. Like, if I was a Mavs fan, I would definitely not be too thrilled. But they did need a big, so definitely got. I mean, Dusty May obviously heavily influenced that pick, right? Um, Kingston Fleming's to the Hawks was a good pick. I like that fit. Who else do we got in there? LeBron Philon Jr. was a really good pick to the Sixers. I thought that was a steal. Um, I'll say yeah, Terrace Reed. Like obviously, I already talked about the Thunder and the Spurs, but yeah. Um, and then also second round there was a couple good picks as well. I already talked about the Timberwolves. There's a couple good ones in there, man. There was a couple really good. I like the Pistons second round pick, Ugana. I thought he was a solid pick. I can't really. Let me see if I can zoom in here. No, Bruce Thornton, good pick. Richie Saunders, good pick. Ryan Conway, yeah, man, there was some good talent. This was one of the most talented drafts I've ever seen. Hey, what up, though, Callie? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm not good with pronouncing names. It's Kali, so I'm assuming it's Kali. What up, though? Anything you want me to talk about? Let me know. I'm probably only going to be going on here for like 15 minutes or so. I mean, I'm getting pretty tired, but it's all good, man. I'm having fun. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, you don't have to subscribe, but I would appreciate it. And if you want to see me do more of these, because before I end the stream, I do want to mention a few things about this channel that I'm going to start planning on doing. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for joining, for commenting, whatever. Anything else you guys want me to talk about? Put in there. Otherwise, I'll probably just wrap it up and head on out. But yeah, final thoughts on the NBA draft, man. There was a lot of good picks, like I said, tons of talent in this draft. I really liked some of these picks, but the Pistons pick were all right. Thoughts on the second round pick? Yeah, great. Hold on, I have the slide right here. Yeah, you. Now look, I don't really know how to say his name. I'm gonna say Ugana Onyenso. Um, I really liked this pick. This was a good pick for where it was. We got this pick for just cash. We only paid. I think we paid the Knicks like a little bit of cash and got it. I don't. We didn't give up anything. I personally really like this pick. I thought it was a solid guy to have because I mean we need more 7 footers on this team. I've been saying that for years now. So let me know your thoughts on this pick too. I liked it. I thought this was I wouldn't say like a steal, but I would say like just like a good fit for us. A 7 footer that is an insane rim defender. I think he had 9 blocks on Cam Boozer in the ACC championship game in the ACC tournament. So I mean that's pretty ridiculous. So not a great shooter or like not even a great rebounder either. I mean he's okay, but definitely a solid pick. I'm not upset about that one. I honestly think I like that one more than I liked the first pick, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on that pick as well. I definitely thought it was a pretty solid one. Now I will say this looks like a great project from what yeah I that's what I was just gonna say. I will say this. I think looking at him, he's not gonna probably play on the team much this year. I think he'll mostly be in the G League, probably developing. And like you said, probably just becoming like a project that we work on and maybe can get a bit of a more offensive side to him. He only averaged like 5 points a game in college. My buddy that goes to Kentucky, this guy actually went to Kentucky his freshman year. He said he's good, insane defender, and freak athlete, and good size, pretty good rebounder, but it definitely needs to work on his offensive side. But that's fine. That's fine. That's what we drafted him to do was to build him up. So honestly, yeah, I 100% agree. I think he'll be a interesting player. Now I'm really excited for the summer league, man. I think that starts. It might start. No, I think 2 weeks it starts. So I'm excited to see these two guys in there. But yeah, I think honestly, for if we were to get a second round pick that late, this is probably the one I would have gotten. It's a solid pick. It'd be nice to see him learn some post moves and maybe get some moves similar to Duran. Yeah, if he can get some post moves and just get like an offensive game to him, I think this could be a guy like not that like he's gonna start or anything, but he's gonna be a guy you're gonna rotate in there, right? I would like to see him get rotated in there this year just for like because I mean you look at our bigs right now. You've got this guy probably gonna re-sign Duran and Tobias, right? And then you've got Paul Reed, and then you got your two G League guys. So honestly, this guy will probably get a little bit of play time. We'll see. But but yeah, 1 second here. Let me make sure this is. Ooh, appreciate you. I got 3 more subscribers. Damn, appreciate you guys, man. Uh, yeah, I definitely like if I'm going to say if I was the GM, the head coach, whatever, I would say rotate him in a little bit. Have him on the G League to kind of develop most of the year, but definitely pull him up, and hopefully by next year, like his year two, hopefully he can become like a better offensive guy and maybe get some minutes. But I would love to see him get some minutes this year too. He definitely will. I don't think he'll just like not play this year. But yeah, we have front court depth. Yeah, I would argue we could use one more big. That's what I've been kind of saying. The depth is there, but the issue is that you're relying on right now. So like I said, you have Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris. Now you can argue Tobias Harris as a starter. I'm fine with him starting because he's our guy. But I also think you could upgrade from that and maybe have him come off the bench. Paul Reed as well. I'm happy that he's gonna finally be getting minutes this year because he deserves it. Obviously traded Isaiah Stewart. Um, you mean no? Sorry, you're gonna have to clarify. You said we have front court depth. I mean no. Oh, you mean we have no front court depth? There you go. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think we have much depth because, like I said, you have Paul Reed, you have this guy, and again, this guy's probably going to be in the G League most of the year, so he's probably not going to be on the roster much. I'd like to see him get a chance, but you have Paul Reed, you have Tobias Harris that will hopefully resign, and then Jalen Durham. You need one more big. You need one more that can go down and play low, whether he's a starter next to Durham or whether he's just a guy that comes off the bench. Like I honestly am just asking for like a Isaiah Stewart level player who can come in and get some minutes. Maybe space the floor, maybe be a decent shooter because I think we need a good big shooter. Um, Definitely agree. Spurs have like five or six. Dude, that Spurs roster is ridiculous. And look. I mean, they just drafted Terrace Reed too. Like my goodness, man. They got Wemby, they have him. They got Cornette. They got Kelly Olynyk in there. Like they know what they're doing, man. Spurs have a really good roster. That's why they almost won it all this year. And for being that young of a team too, I mean that's hella impressive. So, um, I do want to ask anyone in here, especially you, Kali, um, if you were to go get another big, let's say, whether it's trade, whether it's free agency, who would you want? I've been saying for years I want Laurie Markkinen. I doubt it will happen, but that's like my dream player. Um, name me a big that you would love to see the Pistons target. Whether it doesn't have to be a star player. It could just be like a bench guy that comes off the bench next to Paul Reed. But we definitely do need one more center, or I mean, our tallest guy starting is 6'10". I'd like to up that, but obviously I'm okay with just getting a bench guy. Like if we just get like um, an Isaiah Stewart level player who comes in, gets 15 minutes a game, and can either shoot or block, that's not terrible. Tobias Harris is fine starting, but obviously I'd love to have somebody start over him. Depends on if we keep Duren. So I did talk about Duren a little bit ago. I'll talk about it again because why not? So it sounds like there was a lot of rumors going around that we were going to do a sign and trade with the Celtics to get Jalen Brown for Jalen Duren. Sounds like what the Pistons said. They announced that they are working on everything they can to keep Duren. They're not interested in a sign and trade. Sounds like we're keeping Duren, but the issue that they were saying was that Jalen Duren and the Pistons are not even close when it comes to contract talks. It sounds like Duran's asking for quite a bit, which I mean I don't want to pay him over 40 million, but he might get that. We'll see. Um, so I don't know, but it sounds like we're keeping Duran, which I'm cool with. I think you need that chemistry, that young stud. Brown is too expensive. Yeah, so I think what they were saying was we were gonna trade Duran for Brown, um, which I would love to have Jalen Brown, but again, like you're getting rid of your center, and you're not going to get a center in return. Like if we were gonna do a sign and trade with Duran, I was saying earlier, like I would do it with like the Lakers. You could get DeAndre Ayton and probably like a pick or maybe a shooter. But I personally think if I'm the GM, I'm not getting rid of Duran. I'm just gonna sign him, give him what he wants, try to negotiate with him, maybe get it down a little bit. But yeah, you definitely do need to, I would say, re-sign Duran. Um, but yeah, so if you re-sign Duran, you re-sign Tobias. Those are two more than likely scenarios right there. Still 57 to 62 mil a year. Yeah, you're right. I forgot he was getting paid like 60 mil. Compared to what Duran, I mean Duran's probably gonna get what 40 to 45 mil. Yeah, definitely too expensive for a guy that I mean, hell of a player. I mean, hell of a player, MVP candidate this past year, but Finals MVP a couple years ago. But again, Do we really need that, or do we need more depth at the big position, like for our center and power forward spot? So 100% agree with you there. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's interesting. I think that we'll probably re-sign Duran. We'll probably re-sign Tobias. Hopefully, go and either trade. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll tell you this. So now that we have these two guys, right? Two guys that are on your screen right now. Um, so you look at our backups right now. You have this guy, Abuko Okori. You have Dennis Jenkins. You have Ron Holland, Paul Reed, and Javante Green as well. And then you also have Karis LeVert and Marcus Sasser. Now, I personally don't think that Karis LeVert and Marcus Sasser are going to be on this team next year. I think we're going to send them in a package, probably to get hopefully another big. I could also see Ron Holland getting packaged up. I could definitely see. I talked about it earlier. I could definitely see Ron Holland because he is. They did announce that they were interested in trading him. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to trade him. I would rather keep him. But for Sasser, I always thought that we misused him. I wish we could have used him better. And for Karis LeVert, I mean he did well with us this year. He wasn't everything that we hoped he would be, but he had a good playoff run. It was a good backup for us. More than likely not. I mean, Abuka is basically Sasser's replacement, right? So more than likely going to be trading Sasser and Karis LeVert. Maybe even Ron Holland too. Maybe. Don't know for sure, but maybe. Um, but yeah, I mean, if honestly, if I were to give you my trade opinions, like the more unrealistic ones that we probably won't get, Laurie Markkinen, Trey Murphy. I mean, I'd still like to see Tyler Hero, but Sasser has very little value. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. But again, the thing is you're looking at contract because he is coming up on his contract year, which he was a first round pick. So I mean, you don't have to pay him much for what he is. But again, you're thinking about that, right? You don't want to just have him rot on our bench. I mean, I'm fine with that because I like Sasser and I wish he would have played more this year. I think he deserved more, but Karis LeVert, big contract, you get rid of that. You can free up Sasser, get him out of here. That's just like an extra value player. And you're right. He doesn't have much value, but you would still package him just because a freeing up roster cap space, even if it's not much. But and then B, you're also going to be able to get a little more trade value just by using him. So Levert needs to go. Just like I said, 100% agree. I mean, I would love to keep him, but again, I just don't think we need him. Um, and also his contract's pretty excessive. Um, he was not great for us this year, but in the playoffs he performed well. So I think him and Sasser are gone. I think we should trade him. And you could argue Ron Holland. I don't want to trade Ron. He's got so much potential, and he's just a great player off the bench. I mean, he's got like a six man of the year all over him. Saracen Lever can go immediately for whatever we can get for him. Yeah. So here's the thing. What you could do is if you wanted to, you could trade Levert, Sasser, and maybe a pick or two, and you could go get like a solid like not a star big, right? Like you're not gonna probably be able to afford Laurie. Laurie Markin's gonna cost you like two or three first round picks, maybe four. Couple players and probably a couple second round picks or first round pick swaps. But if you were to pack up Sasser, Levert, a pick or two, maybe even Ron Holland, who was a top five pick 2 years ago, you could probably go out and get a pretty decent big, or even a shooter. It really just depends on what the Pistons want and what I don't know what's out there. I would love to see one more big. I'd love to see either a starting guy next to Duran or a backup guy that can come off the bench and provide kind of like how Isaiah Stewart did. So don't want to trade Holland, but oh, yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. I don't want to trade Holland. I would if I were the GM, I'd keep him because A, he's only in year three, and B, he is such an energizer off the bench. Like when I watch him play, it really excites me because he is just out there working. I could not imagine him not on the team next year. And plus, he's a great guy to come in when Asar Thompson needs a rest, right? So I don't want to trade Holland, but if you are going to trade for a stud player, or let's say if you are going to trade Ron Holland, it better be for like an absolute like stud player. Like it better be a Laurie Markkinen or a Trey Murphy, or someone that's going to absolutely be like a starter next year, right? Like I'm not trading Ron Holland for some bench player or some draft picks. Like no, I'm keeping Ron Holland on this team. But if you can go package him for a team that wants him, that will give us something up in return that we like, I'm all for it. But would rather obviously keep him on the team. So we'll see. Yeah. We got 6 people in here. If you are watching right now, man, I appreciate you. Go ahead. I'm not gonna ask you, if you want to subscribe, appreciate it, obviously. It means a lot. But more than anything, go pop down in the chat, man. Put something down in there. Say what's up. Appreciate any of you guys listening. Um, yeah, maybe sign John Collins or Hatchimura. Yeah, so I was actually talking to someone on here earlier. I don't think he's in here anymore. Trill City. We were talking about Hachimara. Hachimara could play the four, I think. He's like a smaller four, kind of like Tobias. I wouldn't mind that. He performed well for the Lakers, man. He was a very good piece on their team. John Collins has been someone I wanted last year as well. I would now that you say that, John Collins would be a perfect player for us. A perfect guy to play power forward. You could probably start him over Tobias as well. I don't know if you would, but probably. And John Collins is a free agent, isn't he? I think he is. I'm pretty sure. 100% agree with you, Kali. I think that would be. I think John Collins or Hachimura would be perfect. I would prefer John Collins. Um, I could definitely see that. I could see John Collins. I thought honestly, I thought last year we were gonna get John Collins, so I would love to see that. All right, I might go. Let's. I'm gonna move real quick. 1 second. I'm gonna go sit somewhere else. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. There we go. 1 second. I'm gonna move up here. I'm sitting on the floor right now and it's really uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna move up here. Okay. All right. Let's see how this looks. There we go. All right. Back to this. I'm laying in my bed now. I don't have my desk right now. It's at my apartment back at school. So I go to Michigan State University for anyone who did not know, which probably none of you did. But but yeah. Yeah, 100% agree though, Kali. I think John Collins would be a great fit, great pickup, I should say. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, I don't have my desk yet. When I do get my desk back, which I'm going to get it tomorrow, I'll be able to have a nicer setup in here, and I'll be able to do this more. We got 7 people in here. What is up, guys? Thank you for joining, man. Y'all are the best. Again, if you are watching, throw something down in the chat, man. Give me something to talk about. I did. I said I was gonna stop streaming like a while ago, and I'm still going. This is fun, man. Usually don't get this many people in here, so it means a lot if you're watching. If you feel like it, definitely try and hit that subscribe button because I am very close to 1,000 subscribers. I was gonna wait to do these streams. I was gonna wait till I hit 1,000 subscribers, but I ended up just doing it because I was like, why not? But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably get out of here. But yeah, feel free if you're watching, man. Say what's up in the chat. Um, I can talk about whatever one. Doesn't even have to be sports related, man. This has been fun, but I guess I'll just talk about until we get anything else in the chat. I'll just talk about. I already kind of talked about that. If you guys want to talk about the Detroit Lions too, we did talk about Terrion Arnold earlier. Um, oh, Kali, appreciate it, man. Got you, liked, sub, and hit the notification. Man, you appreciate you, man. I hope that you know what. I'm gonna mod you real quick. I'm gonna mod you just so. Let's see if I go here as a moderator. See if I can do this. I don't even know how to do this. Um, I know it probably doesn't really do anything, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, just so I remember you. Um, but I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna try and do this more. I do have a Twitter if you want to follow that. Contact me. You can contact me on there, whatever. I don't have an Instagram right now. I'm trying to start up like a podcast too, but yeah, man, I've had this channel for a while. I've been wanting to do these streams. I've just been trying to wait till I hit like 1,000 subscribers because I didn't really think I'd get too many, viewers without subscribers. But I just kind of today I was just kind of like, you know what, I kind of want to try it, see what happens, and it's been fun, man. But yeah, But yeah, I will try and do these more. So I appreciate you hitting notifications and stuff, man. That means a lot because next time I do one of these, I want to see you back in here, man. We'll have more to talk about soon, hopefully. But um, I do want to ask you, anyone who's in here, especially you, Kali, um, what did you think about the Isaiah Joe trade? We talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'm assuming most people in here probably weren't here for that. Isaiah Joe, bit of a interesting trade today. I'll be starting a channel once I get my situation together. Hell yeah, let me sub to you then. Let me go to your channel. Sub to you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know. I started this channel like a couple years ago, and I was pretty active on it. Got a few subscribers. We need more shooting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Isaiah Joe to me was probably like the perfect fit when you look at the trade itself was great. You only gave up two second round picks, and you also went out and you got a really good shooter who I think we really needed. Right, you needed a floor spacer that could come off the bench. Um, oh, your channel's not ready yet. It's all good, bro. Let me know when it is, though. Let me know when it is. I'd love to collaborate or something sometime, but yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, Isaiah Joe. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked, man. I think it's a good pickup. I think when you look at um, the bench now, you're gonna have a lot more depth there because obviously I think Duncan Robinson. I think we can all agree is gonna probably be our starter next year, and then you're gonna have this guy probably come off the bench. So I think this was a really good move. I think probably best move we've made so far this offseason. I think it's all going to come down to how we can fill in the rest of the big situation, the front court. It needs help. It needs just one more guy. I think honestly, if you look at the roster right now, if you re-sign Duran and Tobias, um, and then you go get one more big, trade for him, sign him, whatever. If it's John Collins, if it's Rui Hachimura, I think that really would probably finish the roster off for next year, and I think we'll be good to go. But yeah, so I thought it was a great trade. I hope we make one more trade, man. I hope we ship out Sasser and Levert, get someone good. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, though. Oh, I hate letting beef stew go. Yeah, dude, man. I was saying earlier, bro. I know I don't look 21, but I just turned 21. I was out with some buddies drinking, uh, at some bar downtown like Grand Rapids on what was that like Wednesday night when that happened, and I remember just being like blitzed out of my mind, and I remember reading the Isaiah Stewart news and the Terrion Arnold news, and here we'll switch to Isaiah, but I remember hearing the news and I was like, dude, when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna like reread this again, and I'm gonna be so pissed off, and I remember waking up hungover as shit and reading that Terry Arnold's going to fucking prison and that Isaiah Stewart got traded for three second round picks, man. That really broke my heart. This guy was literally like heart and soul of that team, man. He was our enforcer. He would slide like if he saw any problem on the court, man, he would slide. He didn't give a shit, man. He was going out there and swinging, and I'll always respect him, especially for beating Musa Diabate's ass and Miles Bridges' ass. Man, I'll never forget that. It just feels weird, like the fact that he's not gonna be in a Detroit uniform this year, man. I wouldn't say I love that move, I'll be honest, but I will say it did clear up some cap space. And depending on also other thing is Paul Reed will now get, you know, he's gonna hopefully get a ton of more like minutes and stuff. And Paul Reed outperformed Duran and Stewart in the playoffs. So honestly, you know what? I think when you look at it, probably isn't the worst move to clear up cap space. And hopefully we go get somebody that can play the spot, man. Hopefully we go replace him with somebody even better. Probably won't, but we'll miss him, man. He was a beast. But yeah, I didn't love that trade, but I do think that time will tell, especially if we go get somebody else. But as I was saying earlier, um, so for this channel, I started it up like 2 years ago. And by the way, anyone in here, throw something in the chat. I'll talk about it. I'm just yapping right now, really. Half the league would love to have Stu on their team. The fact we gave him away for some dinner mats. Yeah, I was saying we gave him away for a couple bags of Doritos, basically. Um, I thought that was ridiculous. So here's the way I look at it though, which kind of I don't know. You can think about this however you want. So when you look at the Isaiah Stewart trade, you gave up three or you got three second round picks for him from the Memphis Grizzlies, correct? Now I don't even know if you remember, but during the draft we traded up four spots using three second round picks with the Memphis Grizzlies. So we gave up three second round picks and then we got them back. So when you really look at it, we traded Isaiah Stewart for um, where is he? Right here. We traded Isaiah Stewart for Ibuka Okori. Like, I don't know how to think about that. I'm not a huge fan of that pick, to be honest with you. I mean, I like the potential and the player's good. I don't love the fit, and I also don't. I think there were so many good players that we could have gotten. So I don't know, man. I didn't love that. And when you think about it like that, it's like trading Isaiah Stewart for that guy. Like, come on, man. But I don't know. We'll see, man. I didn't love that decision. I think it was a terrible decision, but we did free up some contract space to re-sign Duran, and we did free up a roster spot to go get another big who can hopefully perform as well as he did. We'll see. But and also Paul Reed. Paul Reed's gonna get more minutes, right? So we'll see. Yeah. As I was saying, I'll wait for more. If like I said, you guys got anything to talk about, throw it in there. Excuse me. Only making 15 mil a year, we would have been better trading Levert for 15 mil. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Now that you say that, like I think Levert would have been a way better guy to trade. I've been saying to trade him and Sasser. 15. Yeah, like you said, 15 mil ain't too bad. Like that's not a terrible contract, but for a guy like Levert compared to Stewart, it's a big difference, right? I mean, Stewart's definitely a more impactful player. Great rim protector. He can space the floor too. I mean, dude developed a three pointer for us. Like, come on. I don't know. I really think that we messed up getting rid of Isaiah Stewart. I think that when you look at what he was for us, the enforcer, the backbone of this team, great defender. He could shoot the threes a little bit, and just an absolute dog, man. And he was solid for us. He always was. So it sucks seeing him go, but I also think that we will see hopefully a replacement that is similar. Hopefully he can shoot. Hopefully he's tall. But man, not seeing Isaiah Stewart on this team next year, man, that's gonna fucking suck. It really will. I'm really disappointed we got rid of him. I like and like you said, now that you say that, like we could have easily got rid of Sasser for probably the same thing. I really don't know. It like I said, if we replace Stewart with somebody better or just as good, then I won't be too upset. But again, it wasn't even about the player. It was just about who he was. Like, or it's not even about yeah, it's not even about the player. It's about the person. Like Isaiah Stewart was like he was he was just an absolute like dog that everyone loved, right? Memphis is ecstatic to get him. Yeah, you look at we were talking about Memphis's roster a little bit ago too. Me and Trill City. We were talking about Memphis's roster, man. I mean, you look at what they got; it's pretty crazy. You got Zach Edey down there, Cam Boozer, Isaiah Stewart, John Morant. Like, I mean, if and honestly, to be honest, if I were to see Isaiah Stewart in any other jersey, it would probably be a Memphis jersey. Like, I feel like he wouldn't fit. Like, if you were to throw him on like Brooklyn or like some other random team. Like I feel like Memphis fits him because he's got to be on those blue collar city teams, man. Like Detroit, he represented everything to Detroit, like the grit, the determination. Like I absolutely loved the way that he was just the kind of player that he was. You know what I mean? But yeah, Memphis definitely. I mean, Memphis got him for what three second round picks. Well, no, I already said they basically got him for moving back four spots. That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't know what we were thinking, man. I really don't. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of this on my phone so I can read all your messages and stuff. Appreciate all the love though, guys. We just had 9 people in here. Um, oh, we got 9 people again. We have 3 subscribers as well. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think Isaiah Stewart will be missed, man. I'll miss him. He was an important part of this team that I just can't believe we got rid of him. But yeah, Memphis has an interesting roster this year. It'll be crazy to see, but hopefully we replace Isaiah Stewart with somebody good. Hopefully we can get someone that's capable of going out and fist fighting players and standing on business because that's what Stu did, man. But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about? Pop in that chat. Oh, there we go. We got every time I say it, man. Kali's on that. I think Pistons think he's injury prone. Do you think? I mean, I guess yeah. He did have a bit of injury problem this year, didn't he? Um, he uh he never really. Well, I guess now that I say that, I think about it. He did miss that Knicks series last year, didn't he? And that was a big person to miss in that series. Um, sorry, but yeah, he definitely did have a bit of an injury problem. But let's also be honest, like I didn't think he performed overly well in the playoffs, like compared to Paul Reed. Yeah, last year too. Yeah, like he wasn't there for the playoffs. Like I think he definitely did have a bit of an injury problem, but again, that's like half of the NBA. Like Cade's been hurt most of his career, but he's been all right. He only missed a few games this year. Um, but yeah, we've had a lot of injury prone guys. That's just how Detroit sports are for whatever reason. I think it's really just I think they really were thinking contracts and I think they were also just thinking probably injury prone. And then also they probably want to see B-ball Paul go crazy. I mean, B-ball Paul went crazy in those playoffs, man. He was probably like our like third best player. So, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't love the move, man. I really can't see why we'd want other than contracts and injuries, but like I mean, come on. But we'll see how it pans out. We'll see. If we like I said, if we can replace him with someone decent, I won't be too upset. So we'll see. But yeah. Um, what else can we talk about here? Detroit Pistons related. I feel like I've hit everything, man. We got the draft picks. We got Isaiah Joe. We got Jalen Duren contract talks. We got. I think we talked about players that we want to see. Maybe we haven't with the new chatters in here. Uh, Let me know, anyone that's in here right now, let me know what player do you want to see the Detroit Pistons either trade for or sign before the season starts. There's we were talking about John Collins earlier. We were talking about Roy Hachimura. I think me and Kali definitely talked about that. Um, I don't know. But we talked about Trey Murphy. We talked about. I mean, there's a lot of players out there. So if you're in here and you feel like joining in, man, let me know. Give me something to talk about. Give me a player you want to see. Your thoughts on the trades, or something else to talk about too. Um, but as I was saying earlier, so I wanted to just say this real quick. So I started this channel a couple years ago. And my first ever video was a mock draft video for the Detroit Lions, and it ended up going crazy. Got like thousands of views, and so then I was like, all right, fuck it. So I kind of started to upload a lot more. Got around like 900 subscribers, and then 2024 ish, like end like middle of 2024, I started to kind of stop doing videos. I just kind of got bored of like editing and like all this, um, and I started back up a little bit in 2025, and then I think I tried my last video I remember uploading was like September-ish. Um, but yeah. But I did just upload if you guys are into the Detroit Lions, I did just upload a season prediction for them. Go check that out if you want. But yeah, all right, enough of the yap. I do appreciate you guys for watching though. Let's get back into it. We got another Murphy Markkinen in a trade. Man, I think I said it earlier. I'm sure you remember me saying it. If you were in here, Lauri Markkinen's been my dream trade target for like 3 or 4 years now. I think his fit with us would be phenomenal. Him and Duran down low. You got Cade, Asar, and Duncan up top. He's a floor spacer and he's an elite shooter. And he's not a terrible defender. Like, I mean, Tobias Harris is a pretty bad defender, so I mean, Laurie Markkinen can't get much worse, right? Markkinen to me would be the dream guy. Trey Murphy is probably, I would say, my second or third top target, maybe third. He is he would be an absolute like I think he's probably the most realistic out of all the guys that I would want. Trey Murphy would be an absolute beast to have. I would love to see Trey Murphy. Um, and I think you'd I don't know. I don't know how much you'd give up for each of them. Murphy, you'd probably have to give up quite a bit because he's pretty young and he is an elite shooter, man. He would be an interesting guy to have. But I also think that I mean, if you want to talk about dream scenario, I think Laurie Markkinen. So if you look at the Jazz team right now, right? I mean, they have Jaren Jackson Jr., who's like a center slash power forward. They have what's his name? Walker Kessler, who is on a contract year, so we'll see how that goes. And then they also have uh, Laurie Markkinen. So when you add in all those guys, like that's a crazy amount of bigs. Like they need to get rid of at least one of them. So it's either going to probably be Markkinen or they might try and free up space for Walker Kessler to re-sign him since he's pretty young. But like I don't know, I could also see them sign and trade with Walker Kessler. But yeah, Markkinen would be sick. I think that's like the best case scenario right there. He'd cost you quite a bit, but I mean, so would Murphy, right? Murphy's on a great contract. It would take quite a bit to get him. Yeah, I mean, again, I know Sasser's not worth too much. Karras probably isn't worth much either, but I I think so. I don't want to get rid of Ron Holland, as I said earlier, but if I were to get rid of Ron Holland in a trade package, it would be for either of those two guys. Those are probably two of the only guys I would trade Ron Holland for. Um, because Murphy can correct me if I'm wrong. He can play. He's like 6'8", so he could probably play the two, three, or the four and be fine. I don't know how good of a defender he is. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to see Trey Murphy on this team, but I think that fit would be so good. He's an athletic freak as well. Like he would be fun to have. Utah will want everything you got just because it's marketing, but it would be worth it in a lineup with Duran. Yeah, he's gonna cost you like four first round picks, isn't he? But again, if you package up a couple players like Ron, Karras, Sasser, throw in a couple first round picks, teams do it all the time, right? Like you've seen the Knicks do it. The Knicks went out and they got Mikal Bridges. You've seen the Magic did it last year with Desmond Bain, and that didn't really work out that well. But again, I mean, who would trade four first round picks for Desmond Bain to begin with? Um, and then what else? You see those teams go out and like trade get those like they give up a lot of their future in order to go get a good player. That's just how it goes. That's how the NBA works. If you want to, it's risky, obviously, because you're throwing away three, four first round picks, and that's where like if you're talking trade wise, I don't want to have to give up more than three first round picks. I would think three would be my max, but you know what? If you go get me Laurie Markkinen, I'll give you in the next 4 years first round picks, and I'll give you Karras and Sasser. But I'd give you three first round picks. I'd give you Ron Holland, and I'd give you Sasser, and I'd give you Levert. That would be my trade. You'd probably have to add in a couple like second round picks too, but that's whatever. But yeah, Utah's gonna want everything. Murphy, probably more realistic, right? He's on the trade block as well, so he would be a bit more of a what do you call it? A realistic guy. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what we do. It's gonna be a long off season though. I mean, it's season just ended really. So I think I think that it really is gonna come down to how we can replace Isaiah Stewart. What bigs can we get? And ooh yeah, are you gonna try to put together a schedule? So yeah, I was gonna actually end the stream talking about that. Um, I guess I'll probably finish up here. We've been going for about an hour 55. I'll probably finish up here in the next few minutes. But if you got anything else, Kali, that you want to talk about, man, throw it down in there. Um, and we can chat it up for I don't really care. I mean, it's 1:46 in the morning, but I don't gotta wake up tomorrow, so we're chilling. Tomorrow's Saturday, man. But yeah, so are you gonna put together a schedule? So here's what I'm thinking. I've been today was just my kind of like this is my first time doing this. I'm kind of trying to test this out. I just kind of want to see. I'm using a new software to stream with, and it's my first time streaming as well. So this was kind of just like a bit of a test stream, and but yeah, yeah, you let me go. Hey, before you go though, I will answer your question. So more than likely, I'm gonna try to do a schedule, like an actual schedule of when I'm going to stream. I haven't really set it in yet when it's gonna be because I mean, there's days when like, I can't really do them at night. Maybe I'm out doing something, whatever. My goal is to do at least two a week though. And most of them are probably going to be later in the evening. I started this one really late. Like this one, I probably won't do them this late again. Maybe I will. I don't know. We did get quite a few people in here. But yeah, I think more than likely, Kali. I wouldn't say I have it set right now. I do have a new YouTube video coming up probably in the next few days though. It's gonna be like Detroit Lions related, but I don't think I have one set right now. But if I were to set one, it's probably gonna be something like every Monday night at like 8 p.m. or maybe either every Sunday night 8 p.m., Monday night 8 p.m. or something like that, and then like later in the week as well, like maybe like Friday. So I'd like to shoot for Monday night and Friday night, like 8 p.m. ish, but it might not be that. It might just be random. It could just be whenever I'm feeling it. So, but yeah, more than likely, um, I'll definitely get a set schedule though for when I'm gonna stream. Definitely will do that. Don't know for sure right now though. But yeah, I would say plan on like Mondays and Fridays, 8 p.m. Might switch it to like Sunday and Wednesday or something like that. That'd be pretty good. Sunday and Wednesday. I don't know. I'll let you know probably next time or I don't know. Just next time I either stream or post a video. Probably my next video I'll talk about it briefly, but yeah. Still got a few people in here, man. If anyone else wants to talk about anything, man, pop in that chat. Let me know. Probably gonna be wrapping it up here though soon. Been on here for a while. Um, but yeah, I will start streaming more though. This has been fun. Appreciate you guys for watching, listening. More than likely will try to do every Monday and Friday night. I guess today, yeah, tonight was Friday. Yeah, I'll probably shoot for every Monday and Friday for now, and maybe add in an extra day. I don't know. I might even do Sunday and Monday, 8 p.m. is prime time. Sports probably on that time. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Huh. I don't know. I could do it earlier too. I don't want to do it too early because like 5 p.m. prior, working and stuff like that. Most people are working, so I like to shoot for like later at night. I don't know. I could do like you think like doing later at night would be smart, like 10 p.m. Kali. Because I don't want to do too late, right? I don't want everyone to be in bed, but I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea, stream and some people are chilling in bed, but yeah, I don't know. I'll probably shoot for gotta be after the game. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. So I think when it comes to the actual like, are you a Lions fan, Kylie? Like, are you like big Detroit sports guy? Because I'm assuming you are, but I think we only really talked about the Pistons. But yeah, for streams and shit, I think once it comes to the like football season when we get the Lions going in here, I think I'll probably do streams like after the games and stuff like that. So every week I'll do a stream after the game, and then I'll probably do like one other on like Fridays or something like that. So, um, yeah, I like that idea though after the games. Yeah, but for the summer though, for the summer, I'm probably just gonna plan on doing Monday nights, Friday nights. That could change to Sundays and Wednesdays. It really just depends. But I think I'll probably shoot for Mondays and Fridays. And I might honestly just do like random nights too. Like it might just be like a Tuesday night, and I might just be like, oh, I'm gonna start a stream up. Why not? Like let's say like a huge trade happens next Monday or Tuesday night. I might just start one up and talk about it honestly. But I am planning on doing a streaming schedule though. I think I'm gonna try and do every Monday and Friday, and then the more popular, if I'm able to, get more people watching, I'll probably start doing it like um every maybe like every weeknight or something like that. But we'll see. Haven't been that much of a Lions fan as they've been terrible as long as I remember. They just started getting good in the last 3 years. Yeah, that's valid. No, yeah, if you are interested in Lions talk, uh, that's what my next video will be on. But no, yeah, definitely valid, man. I was never too into the Lions when I was younger either because they were always fucking terrible. But um, I've always watched them. I've always been a huge fan though, obviously. But now that they're like obviously since like I think 2022 or 2023, I've been following them very closely. So, but yeah, no, if you're more of a Detroit Pistons guy, I'll always talk. I usually always talk about the Detroit Pistons. I always come out, especially like I'm definitely planning on talking about them in most streams. So if that's what you're interested in, but yeah, man. I mean, that'll pretty much do it for me. I think plan on Mondays and Fridays, but definitely nothing set in stone yet. We'll see. But yeah, I think come NBA season and stuff, I could stream after games and stuff, and just talk about some shit. But yeah, we'll uh we'll see. But yeah, plan on Mondays and Friday nights. Maybe might get in there on like some Sundays, some Wednesdays. We'll see, man. But definitely plan on like I'd say like 8 to 10 p.m. ish. If you do want to watch any of the other streams, which appreciate you if you do. But I'm gonna try and do every Monday and Wednesday though. That's the goal. And then maybe add in a couple extra days, but for sure Monday and Wednesdays. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me though. I appreciate you guys. If you want to contact me, go and follow me on Twitter, Motor City Sportscast on Twitter. I might be able to low key link it in the chat. Let me do that real quick in case anyone on here wants to. Let me find it. I don't even know how to do this. Uh, Here, this I'll just show it on here. That is the Twitter right there. I'm gonna try posting on there more. I definitely am. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get more active on there, I think, and try and like post a lot like news and just like random shit as well, like thoughts and like opinions and anything that comes to mind. So if you guys want to follow me on there, I just started it up. I just started posting, I guess, again on there. I used to post on there a couple years ago, but I am going to try to start posting on there. And if you guys want to contact me, just honestly DM me on there or just leave like a comment on like one of my posts and I'll get to it. So, yeah, appreciate you guys though. But yeah, I appreciate this was a fun stream, man. We got a few subscribers, we got a few people watching. You said you got the notification set, so I'll look for you. Hang in there, buddy. Catch you later. Hey, man, you're a real one, Kali. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I hope to see you again in my next stream, man. I don't know if I'll do one tomorrow, but either Sunday night or Monday night, I definitely am planning on one. We'll see, man. I appreciate you, man. You have a great night. And to the rest of you who are watching, before I go, um, first of all, thanks for watching. It's my first time doing this, so I don't really have a setup spot yet. I'm working on that. I'm going tomorrow to get my desk back from my apartment, and I'll have a nice little setup in here. So we'll work on that. But yeah, this was fun, man. I really do appreciate anyone who was watching, listening. This was this went on a lot longer than I thought, but that was a good time. But yeah, anyone who's in here right now, man, any hey, appreciate you, Kali, man. You have a great night, man. What a guy, man. What a guy. I appreciate you, man. But anyone else in here? If you all got anything else to say before I go, my name is Kyle. If you want to, you can low key follow me on it. I got a Instagram too, like a main Instagram. It's my Insta is Kyle Boot. It's just like Kyle and then Boot. You can follow me on there. I'll accept you. I think I have a private account, but it's like it's a picture of like the fucking like ugh, there it is. You can follow me on there if you want. If you want to fucking do that, totally up to you. But otherwise, follow me on Twitter, man. Uh, I'll try and post on there and shit. But But yeah, man, appreciate you. Kali is a real one, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, anyone else in here? If y'all got anything else, any final thoughts, anything else you want to talk about, man, let me know. But otherwise, I'll probably head out. That was a good stream, man. We got a lot. We talked about a lot in there. Holy crap, had a lot of people in here. Um, but yeah, hey, later, man. Like I said, man, you have a great night. Appreciate you. Talk to you. Hopefully next stream. We'll see. But yeah, for anyone else in here, probably gonna wrap this up. I've been saying that, I know, but that should pretty much do it. If anyone else has anything to say, let me know. Um, Otherwise, probably head out. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm gonna start trying to plan on doing streams a couple times a week. Usually, probably later at night, like 8 to 10 ish. It's when I usually will start them. But we'll see. I might do some early streams too. You never know. But yeah, man, this was fun. Again, appreciate you guys. Um, Probably try and do my next one either Sunday night or Monday night. Probably Monday night. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. Think that's it. Once again, appreciate you guys. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Motor City Sports. I think my tag is like Detroit underscore sports 0. And follow me on Instagram if you want as well. I have a podcast on Spotify. I try to post on there and there, but Motor City Sportscast on there. But yeah, appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a great night. Once again, let me check, chat, make sure. Okay, yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Y'all have a great night, great stream. I will talk to you guys probably Monday night, and stay tuned. I do have a if you're into the Detroit Lions, new YouTube video hopefully coming out in the next couple days. We'll see. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday, but maybe this weekend. We'll see. But hey, y'all have a great night, man. Appreciate it. Peace. Have a good one.